for joining us here this morning at the Mercy Health Training Center as we are set to introduce the newest addition to FC Cincinnati's roster, midfielder Siem de Jong. De Jong comes to FC Cincinnati with 13 years of professional experience, where he's played in his native Holland as well as England and Australia. Some of de Jong's impressive resume includes 4 Eredivisie championships, 2 Dutch Super Cups, a Dutch Cup, as well as an A-League championship. We'll begin today's event with the 2 gentlemen to my right providing opening statements about today's signing, and then we will turn things over to media in attendance for questions. If you have a question, if you could just simply signal Anwar or I, we will provide you the microphone, and then once you receive the microphone, if you could just give your name and outlet to introduce yourself, then proceed with your question. With all that said, I will turn things over to Gerard Nijkamp.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Good morning, everyone. I think this is the most positive day of this week after all the things happening the last 48, 72 hours. So I'm happy that I can announce our new signing, Siem de Jong, for the 2020 roster. He will adding our attack and offensive in the offensive positions. Siem, we can recognize him as a senior player. He has to help to build our future of the club, bring his experience in the team. Vivid experience, Kevin mentioned it already, a big track record in Ajax, playing 30 Champions League games, scored 5 goals in Champions League, 88 goals for Ajax, Newcastle, EPL, PSV, and also in Sydney FC, Ajax, Australia. He's bringing experience abroad. So I want to say welcome, Siem, to the FCC family, and I hope you are successful with us. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy to be here. I've always said during my career, I hope at one point I'll be able to play in America and MLS. So I'm happy that I get the opportunity at this club. And well, they told me about the project, about building the club, and I spoke to the president and spoke to Gerard, and well, I think it's a really nice project, really nice facilities as well here, so that'll be helping us as players. And well, for me, I hope to bring what Gerard said, a lot of experience to the team, but also well, I help the team win games and have a successful season. And for me, well, eventually that's one of the most important things, to have a good season with the team. But yeah, I also, what I said before, I'm happy to be part of this project and doing my part in it.
Welcome. I'm Laurel Bailey from The Athletic. How much were you aware of what was going on with the coaching situation, and did that give you any pause to wanting to come here?
Well, of course, in Holland there was a big thing as well, and they told me about the project before and everything that was going on here. So I made my decision based on the whole story, and of course I knew the manager was yeah, in a bit of a problem. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but it wasn't really influencing my decision. I said to Gerard as well, for me it's the whole picture, and yeah, the project that's going on here, me playing here in the MLS and all that made my decision quite easy.
I understand, I mean, you had experience playing with Jurgen Locadia. Had you spoken with him, and how much did maybe that impact, just knowing that you'd have some familiarity with him and also just the system that they play here?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to him, sent him a text before, and so I asked him how he thought it was, and he was really positive. He said it's really nice. He said the team is looking good, so I asked him about that as well. And of course, Gerard told me about the team, about the new signings and everything, and about the plans. So that was yeah, big part in my decision as well. I said to Locadia as well, you're wearing my number, can I have it? But he wasn't, he didn't want to give it, so so that's why I texted him as well. But no, I know him from before. I even played with him, so yeah, he's a good guy.
Hi, Scott Springer from the Cincinnati Enquirer. How would you describe your style of play? You seem to be able to find the goal pretty well.
Well, yeah, I think I'm an offensive midfielder, but one that really comes into the final third and in front of goal. So, like sort of yeah, linking up between midfield and attack, but also in the final part, I'm more maybe of a second striker and around the other striker. So trying to yeah, be at the end of the play as well. But I think also yeah, with my experience, I try to find solutions during play, how we can win the game eventually, and how we can work better as a team. So I hope I can use that experience as well in play, but also doing my own part, linking up with the offense and eventually scoring goals and yeah, hopefully giving assists. So that'll be my role.
Siim, what are the goals that FC Cincinnati have shared with you as a club that they have for the 2020 season that you may be able to help with?
Well, of course, we want to have a good season, and I think yeah, the definition will be, well, we're probably aiming for playoffs. That'll be a great start, but you never know what's going to happen during the season. I mean, yeah, I grew up in Holland in one of the big clubs, so for me, it's basically every game. I want to win every game, so yeah, I'll look at every game as one that we should win. So that's how yeah, I look at the season. So for me, it's game by game winning them, but eventually, yeah, we want to have a successful season, and reaching the playoffs would be a good aim, I think.
Gerard, how excited are you and how confident are you in this new revamped attack, the front four for FCC?
Exciting, but at this moment, still we are in pre-season. Siim cannot join the pre-season because he's going back today to the Netherlands for getting his paperwork done to get a working permit. But yes, I'm excited and I cannot wait, like I think all of us, and especially the supporters, when Siim can join the team, and with all the other signings and the team we have in place, it gives me confidence that we are yeah, putting the pieces together and hopefully to have a great season.
Gerard, you had told me that you felt like you could get by without an experienced 10, for now, just because of other guys being versatile enough to fill in that spot. But how much, it seems like this is really filling a big missing piece to the roster. How much would you say that impacts the roster?
That's very difficult to say, but every piece must have a value. It's not only if you say the big signings where we're here for a press conference, but also the guys who were already there, the players who last year already in the roster. So everyone has to take his responsibility and show himself in the best way. But I think with the background of Siim, last week still training in Ajax with that high standard, I hope also that he can add that on the team, so the team as a whole will grow and bring that added value to everyone, and of course to show it with all his teammates in the starting 11.
Any thoughts on, before coming to Ohio, what Ohio was going to be like and what it actually is here in Cincinnati?
Well, I've been to the U.S. quite a lot, so but different areas, but never this part of the country. So for me, it's all a bit new. But actually, yeah, I've been here now a few days, walking around and driving around, and yeah, it looks really nice, and the people are nice, and they've showed me around, and yeah, I had dinner at a few places. I stayed close to the river, and it all looks really really nice. So for me, it's a good experience to be here and see it all now, and of course that helped for me as well to say yes.
And another quick question. I know it's still fresh and new, but is there any prospects on that new coach taking place?
That's a good question, of course, but yes, we are also working hard on that. What I mentioned 2 days ago in the other press conference, we will also take our time to do it in a high professional way, because it's not about to rush the process, but to find a good person who can guide this roster to success. So we try to do our utmost to find as soon as possible a new head coach, but we will not rush. We will looking for the quality, what is needed for FC Cincinnati.
I'm loud enough.
Yeah.
Where was your best dinner so far? You can mention.
Oh yeah, well,
It's coming.
it's coming. Yeah, I heard about the Skyline chili. I still haven't tried it, but that's one of the things I heard I must try. And we were at a steakhouse. That was good. So for me, yeah, it's important to have a good city with nice places to go to. I mean, I'm coming here with a family, and yeah, we also want to see something of the city, something of the surrounding areas. So for us, it's always been yeah, good experiences. Also, like going to Australia and in England, it's been a nice experience. So for me, it's also about learning from people here, from the country. So that'll be a nice experience as well.
You have kids?
Yeah, I have 2 kids, 2 daughters. So they're really young, but they'll grow up here and for part. So that'll be nice for them.
What's the timetable on going to the Netherlands and coming back?
Well, I'm flying today back to the Netherlands, and then as soon as possible, as I get all the paperwork done, I think, with the working permits and everything, then I'll come back. So I don't know exactly how long it'll take, but I hope as soon as possible.
Gerard, how long have you been following Siem's career, and what really stands out to you about his game, his playing style?
Yeah, that's of course a long time, because Siem has all his track record built, and so from that time I'm following him. Of course, I tried to sign him already in Pek Zwolle, but that was not possible. But now we have the opportunity, and yeah, it was going quite fast in the process to be here now. Yeah, so I know him a long time. I know his qualities. I know what he can bring to the team, especially in the final third. His track record is scoring goals, is getting players in front of the goal who can score goals or to make an assist. To be the guy who can give also some rest in our positional game in midfield, which could help the quality of the way we want to play. So all pieces what is needed to get the team even better than we have now. But still, it is pre-season. I can say Siem will not be in the roster for the New York Red Bull game, because to go back it takes some time to get the paperwork done. But yeah, from our side, of course, as soon as possible to bring him back, to get him in training, and then available for Johan Demand as our interim head coach and his coaching staff to be available to start a match.
Any additional questions?
I was just going to ask, can you update us on the status of some of the other new guys that were still waiting on their work visas? How close are?
Yes, at this moment, Adrian Requetin and Yuya Kubo are in their home countries and have their appointments with the US Embassy there. So we are thinking they are close after the weekend back here in Cincinnati. Jurgen Locadia will travel today. He has his appointment on Friday in Amsterdam with the US Embassy, and hopefully also take 2-3 days. Of course, we have the weekend, but we hope he will be back on Wednesday. I have a good feeling that all 3 players are available for a Red Bull away game. So that's good news.
Any additional questions? All right, and with that, we will close today's press conference. We will have a photo op right here with the new Bold kit that just came out a few weeks ago. So